Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Sticky out there, no doubt about it. 76 degrees the air temperature, so very warm afternoon, well above average, and the dew point continues to rise. As I mentioned earlier, earlier this morning, I think the dew points are going to be pretty close to the 70 mark by the time we finish off the day. All we need to do is get a little twist in the winds to the west, and we'll be there. Right now, we're a south wind coming in briskly at 18. That's helping to pile up the water along the south-facing beaches and creating kind of a rip current problem out there throughout the day today. Even when those winds switch southwest, actually it might even make it a little worse. Rip currents will be an issue throughout the day today and probably into tomorrow as well. So watch for that. Plus, beach hazard statement, of course, issued due to the red tide issues. 77 degrees, Wauchula 78, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish comes in at 75, so is Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 77, so is Northport. Punta Gorda has 78 degrees, 73 degrees in Inglewood, 74 in Venice, and Longboat Key comes in at 70 degrees. So the red tide is obviously an issue. We've been talking about that for weeks now. I will say that in the last couple of days, it does seem that some of these reports have indicated a decrease in the amount of problems in the air. They've had several reports in the last couple of days of intense irritants in the air, according to Mote Marine spotters who go out here and actually sample the air and observe the conditions. Now we're at slight most everywhere. We do have one moderate report at Siesta Key. And the winds are brisk today, which are kind of aggravating the situation, I would think, but they're also going to be more directly in line with a straight fetch off the water, a little bit of a westerly wind that'll send some of those irritants a little further inland. So if you find that in the air and you hadn't experienced it before, it's probably because our winds are a little bit more westerly this afternoon. So we'll continue to monitor it, and hopefully those conditions will lighten up. Got a few spotty showers around. Nothing really heavy, and we don't expect anything heavy today. We just don't have enough moisture in the entire atmosphere. We don't have any upper level support for these, just a good, strong onshore flow of air creating these showers. The heaviest of the stuff, well, none of it's really heavy, actually, but we have some stuff moving into areas around Lakewood Ranch right now on the other side. And we also have a heavier line located just to the north. That's really the main line, the line that promises us perhaps a little heavier rain. And when I say heavier rain, I do not mean that we're going to get any downpours. And we're talking here measurements in 1/10 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, a couple of tenths of an inch, but that's really about it. This frontal boundary will come through basically as a dry front, with the exception of that brief little period of steadier rain probably around 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. And then it'll pass on through, winds will shift, drier air will filter in, and we'll see this high-pressure ridge start to build in by as early as tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a sunnier day. Be a cooler day, too, no doubt about it. With today's high at around 76, tomorrow's high will be about 10 degrees cooler, and we'll get even cooler than that as we get into Saturday. More cloud cover around, warm afternoon, isolated showers. Forecast for today calls for these winds to be breezy but subsiding as we get into the evening and overnight hours, and that front moves on through and kind of deteriorates right over us. 2 to 3 foot seas, moderate chop on bay and inland waters, and the forecast calls for 66 tomorrow is a daytime high, 40s Friday night into Saturday day, and daytime highs on Saturday probably in the low to mid 60s. Scott?